When I really think about that ending, I know many might be upset because it's anime original and it technically did surpass the content within the manga, but I have to admit that this was a pretty good conclusion. There was a lot of bittersweet and sad things about this ending. There was obviously some things that maybe didn't get closure, but I think with what was done or what was set up and the main point of the story, I think this ending was the best that we potentially could get. And Sato's character's conclusion was something I did not expect. Honestly, I expected her to maybe die, maybe get put into a hospital and get help or something, but I didn't expect her to go out like she did. I expected maybe there was going to be, them both were going to die together or something, Shio and Sato. But that final moment when she died and left Shio behind, that was a really critical moment for her character. And, I want to clarify what that really meant and just how real it made Sato as a person. See, we know Sato as a character that's crazy. She's a yandere. She's unhinged. That's how she is. I mean, she killed her best friend, her friend that was there for her, Shoko. And I've talked about how I felt about that, and it was awful. And we've seen her do a lot of horrendous things. She's done so many bad things in this series, and it was all for the sake of love. And in her final moments, before, lights out, she realized what love really meant. And that's what really blew me away. See, she always thought that the way she viewed Shio was girlfriend love, like a relationship type love or something. But that was obviously not the case. At those final moments, she realized what love she really had with Shio, and that was of a mother and daughter relationship. See, Sato has technically always been like a mother figure to Shio. When you really think about their weird relationship, despite certain things or confusion with how it seemed like they were getting romantic in some ways, like wedding and all that, it was obvious that Shio was more like a daughter to Sato, because Sato was taking care of her, going out of her way to, provide for her, get food, work a job, have a place where they could stay. And even though they were going to work together and, Shio was going to be a part of this, she still was more like a mother figure to Shio. And when she realized what love meant, she shielded Shio and then hit the ground, and Shio survived, which was a very motherly act. It was an act I did not expect. I expected her to, save Shio. That's something she definitely would do. But the way she went about it was something like a mother would do, shielding their child and protecting them before they can live another day and have a happy life, to have a good life. And that's the sad part about that ending. And it's honestly the best way to end the series, because even though Sato didn't get to have, her happy story, happily ever after with Shio, what she did was the stepping stone for maybe Shio to get the help she needs, and she realized in that moment that, I want Shio to have a long life. I want her to be happy. And so if we are ever, let's say, reincarnated, if we ever, are reborn again, hopefully, you will love me, Shio. That's what she was basically saying. And it ended. And it was a very selfless move, a big selfless move from Sato to do that for Shio, to just sacrifice it all. And that I commend Sato for. And so I think the way Shio looked at it at the end, how she acted, obviously I don't think she truly understands the weight of what Sato did. She doesn't truly know the full grasp of what Sato did to sacrifice herself. She doesn't understand it. But I believe in due time, as time goes on and Shio grows up and obviously gets the help she needs, I believe she'll probably realize what Sato did and probably will change as a person. And I think that, more along the lines, before people start judging the ending, they should actually look at it for what it is. Sato did the right choice. She made the right move. She gave up her happy sugar life to protect Shio and let her remain safe in a clean and healthy jar. That's what she did. Now, I do want to talk about Sato's moments in this episode, the final moment she had, and we see when she goes to view Shoko's body. It's a very subtle or very small scene for the episode, and many might kind of overlook it compared to everything else that happened, but the Shoko scene with Sato was incredibly important, especially for that final part of the episode when she sacrificed it all. See, many would look at the ring that Sato left behind as a plot convenience, just to be able to set up conflict for Asahi to be able to see Shio and Sato, for all that could happen. In a lot of ways, it is plot convenience. But we gotta look at it from a different perspective. The reason why that happened in the first place is because Sato was feeling guilt, remorse for what she did, which was very unlike her from what we have seen. See, she's always been someone that, heartless, someone that called people bad people, things, that thing or whatever. That's what she was always like. And she tried to do that with Shoko. But it's clear when she entered the room, when she was doing her final goodbyes to Shoko, about to get rid of the entire room and all that and the body and everything, she looked at Sato and you see her lips start quivering, which implies that she was getting very emotional. She was having a lot of emotions towards what happened to Shoko. It definitely was probably a mixture of a lot of things, that she was having to leave the place that she thought she would have forever with Shio, but also Shoko was someone that was very different from everyone else that, Sato's ever had to encounter. She didn't go out of her way to really try to manipulate Sato. She wasn't someone that wanted to ruin her life. She was someone that wanted to help Sato. Someone that wanted to be a friend in a time of need. And yes, she did kind of shove her, friend away. That's what Shoko kind of did to Sato when she met Sato's aunt. But even then, though, she still cared about Sato. And Sato realized that. And with the lip quivering to leaving the ring behind, it's all basically set up and saying that her emotions got the better of her and she messed up. She made a major mistake. She messed up, felt bad about what happened to Shoko, and then that caused everything else that happened after that. So it really made Sato as a character human. Even though what she did is not forgivable, you can't forgive what she did to Shoko and other things she has done, it does show that she was very human. She wasn't just an edgy person, a yandere for the sake of being a yandere. She had a heart. She did have a heart. Deep down, she truly did have a heart that cared about people. She cared about others besides just Shio. She cared about Shoko. And so when that happened, you could see that was the start of her really learning what love means, what it means to have friends and all that. So, I like this finale. Even though it's not what I expected, and I know it's probably not what many expected, and it might not be the best ending it could have, but I personally have to say, out of everything I've seen over the years, like when it comes to anime original series, short series, like 11 to 12 episodes or even 13 episodes, I think Happy Sugar Life did a fantastic job with the time it had, the little amount of manga content it had. I think this was the best way to go about it. And, I'm very impressed by the studio that worked on this series. I believe this is the studio that worked on this series is one of their first series they've ever made. I could be wrong there. Don't quote me on that. But I believe the studio that worked on Happy Sugar Life, this is their first anime. And if that is true, this is a good track record to have. Because even though it's not perfect, you did a good job. You didn't keep Sato as an inhuman sack of crap. She was someone that actually had emotions. And that takes a lot of skill as a writer, but also to animate properly as well. So, Happy Sugar Life. It's come to an end. It's obviously never going to have a season 2 unless we get to see an after story of what happens to Shio, Asahi, and the mother, which, by the way, the mother reveal, whoa, I figured she was dead. I'm surprised that she was alive, and we found out what really happened to the husband in the first place. She got rid of the man. So, Yeah, I like the little clarifications that happened, and, I like seeing what happened to the aunt as well, and she got in trouble, and she's like, oh yeah, that was my bad, and all that. She was getting taken away, like, oh my god, like, that poor prison's gonna... They're gonna have a lot of problems with her. I already see it happening. But, all jokes aside, though, Happy Sugar Life has come to an end. Never gonna get a season 2, because it's concluded. I think good series. Definitely one of my favorites of Summer of Anime 2018. I'm glad I watched it. I would watch it again knowing all I know now. It's great. It's definitely a series I could recommend. I mean, I didn't expect a series that had a very, crazy character like Sato to turn out like she did. To have this good of a story. It was really enjoyable. But that's pretty much about it. It's the end of Happy Sugar Life. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you enjoyed it or if you hated it. Be honest. I'm very curious to see how all of you felt about this. Would you recommend this to others? Are you happy you watched it? If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video, please click the bell icon down below. And with that, Chibi out.